everybody to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul. Adam Freeman here on a Tuesday in Atlanta, Georgia. Brees coming to us from Brentwood, Tennessee. And I want to encourage everybody to check us out on Twitter at D3Sports, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul, and check us out on all of our listening platforms, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. As you can see there by Brees's background, our first topic tonight has to do with wrestling, and he is the wrestling guru out of the two of us for sure. So I'm gonna let him take over here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle in a couple comments because he's
Well, first I gotta say, you did take a round trip on the golf course today. Is that correct?
I absolutely did. I took your advice. I got out there, and it was funny because I got back from the store, and I said, I think I'm going to go hit. I think I'm going to go play 18. And Leslie looked at me and she said, virtually or actually? So I said, I think I'm going to the course. I'm going to the course. So I went out there, and it was pretty wide open. I was able to play just by myself. A couple people let me play through, which is good for me because I'm not good standing around between holes. I get cold, I get jittery, I start shanking stuff left and right. I was able to just keep it on, and it's pretty consistent. Shot the best round of my life, which for a lot of you golfers that listen, it wasn't great, okay, but it was the best round I said of my life. Shot 92, 46 on the front, 46 on the back, the picture of consistency. And I had some great holes. I had no snowmen, no eights, which was good. Had a couple sevens. I double bogeyed a par 5 on 18 that would have given me an 89. So, but I'll be back out there probably on Thursday.
Got the bug.
I got the bug, man. I got the bug. It's funny because I was telling Leslie on the way home, I called her and I was like, man, I played best round of my life. She's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, you would have laughed. I said, if I'd had a microphone with me, it would have been really funny if I had recorded it, because I was basically commentating the play-by-play of every shot that I took. Okay, like this looks
Jim Nantz style?
Yeah, this looks like about a 4-iron. 4-iron from about 185 yards away. Downhill lie. I mean, it was the whole, but it was just me in my head telling myself, this is what you need to do. Tempo. Don't rush it. Tempo. Don't squeeze the club. Hold it like an egg. Be smooth. I mean, it's just that over and over and over. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And it only took me about 3 hours and 15 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. And
in and out.
Yeah, in and out. It was very hot. I think I drank about 3 of those 32-ounce Gatorades and another of water. It was warm. Yeah. Probably tipping 90 degrees. But I enjoyed getting there. And I'm going to play again on Monday. Different course this time, a little bit tougher course, but probably a course that's in a little bit better shape. The one today, they cut the fairways really low, so it's like hitting off asphalt, even if you hit it in the fairway. So that's a challenge. So if you can overcome that, you can probably play anywhere. If you can play where I played and shoot a 92, you should be able to shoot a 92 just about anywhere. So
there you go.
I was proud of myself. So yeah, I got
good, man.
Got a little R&R in there, and to be honest, that's probably the first thing, like, recreationally that I've done since this whole, deal started. So it felt good. All right, man.
All right.
Oh, take over, man, because even I want to know what's going on.
Listen, all right, Rob Gronkowski, he was contracted with the WWE over WrestleMania. WrestleMania obviously they did it, but they did it without the crowd, and they did it at their performance center where they do a lot of training or whatever.
Right.
Gronk was as of today was the 24/7 champion. Okay, 24/7 champion was, hey, you can win or lose the championship anytime, anywhere, as long as you have a referee present. So today on Twitter, they were doing now he had held the belt. He's the longest reigning 24/7 champion, 60 days.
Yeah, I want to say it was either 58 or 60 days. Okay.
And today, finally, the reign ended, and
it happened. Did it not happen in like somebody's backyard? Like,
he was at it. He was at his backyard,
doing a TikTok, right?
Yeah, he was doing a TikTok. R-Truth, the WWE performer, was pretending to be working in his garden, Gronk's lawn man or something. And when he was getting all worked up over the TikTok, R-Truth snuck in. The guy that was videoing the TikTok zipped down his jacket, revealed that he was a referee. R-Truth rolled him up, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the backyard, took the 24/7 championship. Out the door he went. So don't think that's entertaining. I mean, listen, you got to be kidding me.
That's hilarious. That just makes you laugh. It makes you smile. And in the times that we're in right now, we need some of that. That's hilarious. He thinks he got bamboozled, basically.
Man, he got suckered.
He got suckered. Oh, man, oh, man.
Speaking of suckers.
Do it.
MLB.
Oh.
Somebody is about to get – what is the deal? I mean, the proposal is all over the board. They went from like 112 to 50 or whatever. The meats in the middle was really the original 82, right? Or something.
It was 82, okay?
Yeah.
And then the players like, no, we're not down with 82. We want full prorated, and we're playing 114. And we want to start July 1st.
Yeah.
June 30th or whatever. Well, now the counter is like, okay, we can do 50. And I mean, here's another thing that I don't think people get. Can you get a true sense of who the best teams are in 50 games?
You better have, if you have a pretty good 1, 2, 3 pitching staff, you're going to be okay. You're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, as long as people stay healthy. I mean, you have one injury to one of your main guys.
Yeah.
That they're done. Like if they're out for 3, somebody pulls a hamstring, which is gonna happen, they're out 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. And
you're missing 20 games. You miss 40% of the season if it's 50 games.
Yeah.
So, it's we have talked about this ad nauseum, okay? They are missing out on an enormous opportunity here. Enormous opportunity to just galvanize the nation, to give the nation something to watch and get behind collectively. And they're just blowing it. I mean, they are blowing it big time. So, and man, it's just, NHL seems to get their act together. NBA, I think it's going to end up being a 22-team restart with the NBA. I think that's what they were talking about today. But see, they're not talking about starting until July 31st in Orlando. Yeah. And they're saying that the window is from July 31st to October 7th for their game 7 of the finals. Like, that's the latest it could be. And I don't know why. I don't know why it matters, unless they don't want crossover with college football or anything. But then we don't even know what's going on with that. So, but yeah, this 50-game thing, this is ridiculous. I mean, they need to get it handled. And there needs to be some leadership both on the players and the owners that need to come together. All right, that gets us to my favorite on the docket tonight. All right, so Zion Williamson, as you see behind me, he's a Dookie, okay? And I don't like Duke. Everybody knows that. If you know me, you know I don't like Duke at all. And there's a lot of reasons. And it starts, 30 years ago, okay, with the shot, okay? That started it. And it's just been a progressive degradation and just deep-seated dislike for their programs. Number one is the Duke double standard. Okay, now if Zion now remember UK was recruiting him very heavily too. Okay, and he ended up choosing Duke. So if this comes out that he accepted improper benefits, which he's going to have to,
I got to break in because I just know a little bit about this, but how can a judge down in Florida,
yeah, well,
how can he give the jurisdiction to say, Zion, we're bringing you in, and you have to answer these questions about?
I want to say that it's because the marketing company that is suing him is based out of Florida.
Okay.
And I think that's where that comes from. So he's going to have to swear an affidavit and all this and have to answer questions. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I titled this Zion a Snitch, does anybody actually think he's going to tell on Duke? If he does, nobody will say anything. It'll be just like Carolina and the guys that didn't go to class. That was proven. Were there any sanctions? No. Zion is a Kentucky Wildcat and goes one and done. And this comes out. Calipari is getting, waylaid in the press. The University of Kentucky, the AD, the basketball pro, they're talking, suspension, no postseason for 2 years. That hasn't even been talked about at all with Duke. They're not even considering. It's like Duke gets a pass. If it's Duke, it's that's just how everybody pays players. Okay, but when Kentucky was doing one and done, it was like Calipari's ruining the game. Well, Krzyzewski starts doing it, and everybody's like, "Well, it's a sign of the times." It's such a double standard. It's so ridiculous. I want that they need to come clean, okay, and just admit it. These guys that they've been getting the last 8 to 10 years, it comes. Here's what the deal is. It's come down to Duke and Kentucky, a bunch of guys, and I'm here to tell you right now, they're going to Duke because they're getting benefits at Duke, and Calipari's not doing that at Kentucky. I'm coming out and saying it right now. He refuses to do that. So, I don't know. What do you think, man? You're a basketball guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like you. I mean, Zion has got to, he's not gonna snitch.
No way.
And even everybody probably knows that his parents received some benefit.
Sure.
But what's the point?
They don't. Yeah, they don't care. I mean, part of me, it was probably 2 years ago that this happened. I mean, it's in the past. Just forget about it.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
The basketball purists to me and the Kentucky fans like, look, this needs to get exposed because y'all balked on Carolina and Roy Williams and these guys not even go to class, and having tutors do all their essays and even take tests and all this stuff. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then, but see, then all the Carolina and Dukies would be like, well, Krzyzewski, who's had 2 Final Fours taken away? Dude, they act like those at UMass and Memphis were Calipari's fault. They weren't. He had nothing to do with the guy who took Rose's SAT, right? He didn't arrange that. He didn't have anything to do with Marcus Camby signing with an agent. He didn't even know about it. So the fact that he's got, he's behind the scenes, doing all this stuff, it's crazy. It's Kentucky bias is what it is, and I'm sick of it. Here's the deal. The bottom line is this. They hate us because they ain't us. That's it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple right there. All right, moving on. Now, the other professional league, okay, they are telling us that we're good, we're on schedule, guys are going to be working out in their training facilities only, blah, blah, blah. We've got a plan. we are only it's 100 days. We're supposed to have NFL games. All right. They say they're on schedule. Do you think they're really on schedule, or do you think they're just saying this?
I think that this is what they would like. And
Yeah.
I think if they can get away with it, it's game on.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're going to be able to open up the training facilities to more people, I guess June 12th or something. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think training camp in the NFL usually starts, late July?
Yeah.
And I think they're going to get a sense of what's happening, by early July. And I think it's now whether we see fans in the stands, the Miami Dolphins, I think, came out and said, hey, we'll put 15,000 in the stands out of the 65 that from Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, great. You know what's even more funny is when Deshaun Jackson comes out and says, hey, we want to mic up this year.
Jeez.
And did you not hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, yeah. I think it's tremendous.
Listen, if they had voted in the 4th and 15 and miking up guys, it's must see. It's
yeah.
Every single. I'm getting NFL Network so I can see every game. Because why not? I mean, that would pull me in. I mean, can you imagine the trash talk of these guys?
I would hate to be the guy in the sound booth that's got to have that 7-second delay, quick trigger. Jeez, oh Pete.
You better be on it. You better be on your game, man.
Yeah.
I think when you're saying, that we'll know probably more in a month, I think you're right. As of right now, they're trying to will this into being. They're trying to be like, we're on schedule, and if they say it enough times, they will be.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's one of those things. That's the impression that I get.
You know what? Give them credit for at least having this plan and moving forward. And everybody is all in for the NFL.
Yes, they understand. Listen, they understand that they are the shield. They are the brand. They are the sport that drives. And been said many times, they own a day of the week. They own it. From noon on Sunday, it belongs to the NFL. And Monday night even, so that you could say they got 2 nights. So, but they're very powerful. They make, they generate lots of revenue for these cities. They understand the importance of getting it going and getting it going as back to normal as they can, as quickly as they can, but safely too. So they do have a plan. And like you said, you got to tip your hat to them for that. So a lot of sports related stuff today. Not a lot of answers.
Same old, right?
Same old. Not a lot of answers. Lots of questions. You get our opinions, our takes on it, which is what this is. These are our takes, our hot takes of the night, which gets us to quite possibly both yours and my favorite part of the show, and that is the human interest side of the show, where we can kind of go a little bit, take a little bit of a tangent, take a little bit of a vacation off here, and just kind of go and talk about a couple things that maybe we got on our mind, we need to get off our chest. Obviously, you and I both, you're a golf coach, okay, right? Correct?
I mean, that is correct. There's not a lot of coaching in golf, by the way. And thank goodness, because I would say 5 out of the 6 on my team could probably beat me.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty talented group.
Yeah, I would imagine where you are, I mean, you're probably, what are you, like 2 miles away from or less than Brentwood Country Club? Then you got –
pretty close, yeah.
You got nice golf courses
Oh, sure.
close in
Temple Hills, Old Natchez.
and what's it, Legends? Is it still open? Legends. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So these kids, that's what they do. You know, they live in these country clubs. They play there. Parents have memberships there. They go and they play all the time. I get the feeling that because I mean I went to Brentwood High School. I know what kind of demographic it is. It's a golf, tennis,
Soccer. Yeah.
like type of demographic, and they have really good team volleyball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those where they really like club related sports are huge there. So it got me thinking. Obviously, since I've just played the best round of my life, I got to thinking, what's the best club in your bag? Your go-to club. You got to have a shot. And maybe it's a tight lie, it's a thin lie, it's a narrow fairway. If it's a narrow fairway, I'm not even taking the club head cover off my driver because I have no idea where that thing's going to go. I'm like Nuke LaLoosh in Bull Durham. I don't know where it's going, honestly. So I'm going to pose that question to you, former golfer, current head coach. What's the best club in your bag?
All right, I'm gonna start you out with the opposite. I never want to be. I got to hit my green in regulation because if I'm 50 in, my short game is the pits. And my brain knows it, and I just can't catch it clean. I chunk it, I blade it. I mean, it is, it's bad. So I can't be short. So, man, I can really hit my 3-wood like on a dime. And I always feel like I can reach it in 2 on a par 5. And if I had an iron, I would say my 4-iron is pretty good. So, I mean, I feel like I can drive as well, but man, get me inside 50. Hey, here's the key for golfers like me and you.
Yeah.
If you can putt it.
Yeah. Always. And that's interesting that you mentioned that because I would normally be in the same boat as you and say, man, I can hit every now and then if I'm on, which I was on today. I was hitting my driver really well. I hit one. It was like a 370-yard par 4, straight as she goes, big hill on the right. So if you slice it and it hits that hill, you can play that hill in your favor. I hit it. It had a little bit of a slice to it, hit the backside of the hill and rolled into the fairway.
Yeah.
I had about 65 yards to the pin. Blade it across the green. Chip it short. Putt it below the hole. Now, what do I get? I get a 5. I'm 60 yards away from the pin after the drive, and I bogey the hole. That was good because it was bogey and not double or triple. So I think for me, it's a fluid question really because some days my 7-iron I would hit everything with my 7-iron because it's on. Other days it's just not there. And today was one of those days. It wasn't the 7-iron. But what it was now I don't have a 4-iron. I have a hybrid.
Yeah.
I have a 4 hybrid, which is not a blade. Obviously, it's a little bit different type of club. And man, I was hitting that like 200 yards wherever I wanted to hit it. And I used it about 4 or 5 times today on the course. And I've never hit it that clean where I wasn't snap hooking it into the woods, when I pull it out. I mean, I was hitting it straight, pure. I was catching it flush. So today I would say it'd be my 4 hybrid. But traditionally, traditionally it's really my 7-iron. My 7-iron is good most of the time. I can now one club I will not hit is my 5. I have the 5. I just because it's not your typical 5-iron. It's kind of it's because I have my 3, my 4, my 5, and my 6 are kind of hybrid clubs. They're not blades. So the 5 to me, it's a little bottom heavy, and I drag it through the zone. I chunk it, and it's horrible. It's just I very, very rarely use it. But today was different. I felt like I could hit any shot, which again never happens. And I was on the green today, which was unusual. So
I'm going to send you. I'm going to tell you some information right here. Other than Drop Through Sports with Adam and Paul is the best YouTube channel on the face of planet Earth. I want you to take a look at this YouTube channel called Kyle Berkshire.
All
Kyle Berkshire is the #1 ranked long driving champion. Okay.
All right.
And he videos himself just playing a round of golf, and he's bombing. He's bombing 350 off the tee. But the crazy thing is, when I watch him play his round, his short game is a struggle. See, he used to be pretty competitive, and then he kind of went away toward the long drive stuff, or went toward the long drive stuff, and's had tremendous success with that. And but yeah, I mean, he could get it with inside 60 on a drive, and he just can't finish. He cannot finish.
Yeah.
He's parring out.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, drive for show, putt for dough, boy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and this guy's hitting, and sometimes he can't control the drive, and obviously, and so he uses a lot. He uses his 2-iron a lot off the tee. So, and he's got a lot of control over that. But Kyle Berkshire, very entertaining to watch him. I know you think, man, it's pretty boring to watch a guy play 9 holes, 18 holes of golf on a YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's very entertaining to see the long drive #1 rated player in the world just play a regular round of golf.
Yeah, and he had, like you said, same struggles that we have. Because
absolutely,
let's be honest, unless you're playing 3-4 times a week, have had some good instruction, okay, you're not gonna get better. You'll have a day like I had today where I haven't played in a year, and I run out there. It's just like it's like the guy from Caddyshack. It's the best round ever. That can happen, okay? But Monday, I'm liable to shoot a 110 at this other course. Who knows? I might lose 6 golf balls, okay? It's just and that's what I keep telling myself. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to get upset at how poorly I play. That's the thing. So, until I can get to a point where I can play 3 or 4 times a week and really work on it, there's no expectation when I go out there. I go out there. Today it was just me by myself, just to kind of get some air and have, decompress. But most of the time it's just me out there with my buddies. We're hacking away. That's what we're doing, and it's super fun, and I enjoy it, and I love it.
That's the golf gods teasing you today, buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to go back tomorrow and shoot 102.
Listen, you know what that is? All those great shots I hit, they just costing me money, man. They're costing me green fees. Listen to this. Okay, so I'm on 16. All right, it's a par 3. It's like a 200-yard par 3. Again, bring out the 4 hybrid, right? Because I know I've hit the green in the past with my 4 hybrid. And so I pull it out, and I pull it a little to the left. Now, it hits the fringe of the green and bounces off, but it's pin high, okay? I get over there with my lob wedge, and I chip it within 3 feet of the hole, and I par out, okay? Now,
nice.
Look, traditionally, I could go back there tomorrow and get a 6 on that hole. All right? That's just the way it is. So, I played out of my mind today, and I can't explain it. Just just everything was easy. And I think part of it was because I was by myself. Nobody was pushing me. Nobody was rushing me, and I could do my own thing. So I think that was part of it. But anyway, all right. Last one is one that you alluded to the other night. And I titled it The Tough Sell. All right. You were talking about a place that you always want to go to eat, but you can't ever sell it. You can't ever sell it to the rest of your family. I got to hear where this is.
All right. The restaurant that I'm always wanting to go, and it just so happens that one of my kids, after we ate at this restaurant, went home and got sick. And then it was a trickle-down effect of, we're never going back. We're never going back. And that restaurant is Outback Steakhouse.
No.
Yeah.
I think I've heard this.
Yeah. And so.
Which, that's horrible, dude. That's awful. Yeah. That's awful. Dude, I can talk.
I love me some blooming onion, dude. So when my family goes out of town, if they go to the beach and somehow I have to stick around in the summer and work camps or officiate basketball and, I have to come down later or something, I usually go out to Outback.
You got to take advantage, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nearest one to you, is that Moore's Lane, Outback?
Yeah. Yep. Still there.
Still there. Yep. I've actually eaten at that one a couple of times. Yeah, man. Outback Steakhouse. The cheese fries there, I could eat 2 plates of cheese fries. They're just amazing. And the blooming onion again, Flo's filet, just out of this world. Love it. Getting hungry just thinking about it. But, well, we appreciate you guys listening tonight. We went through a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff going on. Obviously, started out with Gronk. Encourage you guys to check out some of our other episodes, as you can see them over here to the left here as they come up. Also, click on the picture of me and Paul down there at the bottom, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel right from this episode, actually. And we appreciate you guys listening on all our platforms. And for Paul Brees in Brentwood, Adam Freeman here in Atlanta, Georgia, you've been listening to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul.